We'll be live in just a second, guys. We'll be live in just a second. Hello, hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Today is going to be a special one. I'm going to be joined in about an hour with the man himself, Michael Katz, who's going to be here to answer all your questions regarding the new programs we've just let out. I'm going to talk about them a little bit as well. And then we have a special giveaway coming for you. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I hope you registered using the link. We posted it in our Discord. You got an email with that link, and also it's posted here on the chat. So be sure to go register for your chance to win in today's giveaway. And also remember to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, so you don't miss these super duper opportunities. I will also be joined by Steve in about half an hour at market open. So in the meantime, we're going to check out these charts. We're going to, see what we can get into. And I'll also be taking your questions in the meantime in your comments. Let me know where you're watching us from. Let me know what you're trading. My name is Dave, and let's get into this market. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have Respect Shorts 836 in the chat, ready to go. Oh, he's been there waiting for an hour. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I have MDN in here. I have Bratal. I have It's Donald. Hello, hello, MKC. Good to see you here again. Mathematical 1729. How you doing? My FX note. Leo. Satya, is it Satya? All right. Daniel is here, so welcome, welcome. My man Tubagu in the house. I am honored because Abe is in the house as well. We have Sourman Trades. How you doing? It's Donald. Good morning, good morning. BTC USD, good to see you again. Hello, all the way in Brazil. Imon is here. It's Donald is in Ghana. Good. NFGC is here. Daniel in the house all the way from Sweden. And then my man Justin Kong, Boxy Dave is here. We're going to find some boxes today. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good evening, Jackie. And we have Gage Rella. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Yes, indeed. Tobago is long the NQ. All right. That's good. That's good. We'll see if we take some all-time highs again. Yesterday we had an interesting session. I fortunately was able to catch some moves. We can review them really quickly. Go into the 1 minute chart. Let's zoom in. All right, so this was yesterday's session. We were watching the open, and as we pulled back towards this trend, I was looking at this level. I kind of hesitated a bit, chickened out, didn't enter here. And then once we broke the levels as we were exploding up, I kind of bought the top, hesitated a bit, tried to short. And then finally, when Jane came on at around 10 o'clock, I decided, you know what, let me stop fighting the trend. Let me reverse long. So reverse long, took a little bit of profit around here, exited the rest of my trade around here. And then later on, post-stream, I was able to capture part of this move from about this pullback all the way up to, as a matter of fact, I could put up my executions all the way up to here. That was my last exit around 30,083. So that was a good rest of the day for me. And we're going to see what we can get into today. We have Petersky. How you doing? How you doing? All right. So we are going to zoom out a little bit. For those who don't know, I am using Black Arrow, which is the platform we use to trade on the futures side. Super interesting, super fast platform, especially if you're a scalper. So a lot of features, really like this platform. I enjoy using it. So yesterday we had a nice recovery day. So pulled back a few days ago, we exploded up, had a gap 2 days ago. Today we're continuing to the upside. So we want to continue and see, okay, can we capture? Can we continue to push higher? We've seen a little bit of a sell-off pre-market, but we will see if we can continue this uptrending move. Now, from Asia, we have moved up on the NASDAQ about 348 points. Now, we know that the NASDAQ can move much more than that. We can get, 500-point days and more. So we'll see if we get continuation today and if we continue to push to the upside. So let's zoom in, looking at the 4-hour. So we broke these prior highs, continuing to push higher. We've had a huge amount of resistance here. So we're going to mark our levels really quickly here. We see an area of liquidity around 30,350. I'm looking up there at my volume profile. And then point of control will be at around 30,102. So we're going to put a point of control around this level right here, 30,102. 102, 102, 102. All right. So we're seeing that the most volume is being traded on the lower end, which is interesting. Let's zoom in, looking at the hourlies. So now when I look at the hourlies, I can see, the continuation of the trend. And as I like to tell you guys, I look at levels. I also look at the speed of price. So how fast are we moving? And this way I can know, okay, are we trotting, which means, we're trading relatively slow, we're moving relatively slow. Are we sprinting, which means we're moving very fast and we'll need a pullback? Or are we walking where the trend can continue forever? So we're going to see. Let's zoom into the 15-minute. And as I like to tell you, I like to switch to a line chart to find my trend more or less. This way it eliminates the levels that are unnecessary. It makes it cleaner for me. And then I switch back to the candle chart. So our trend is more or less this. And as we know, price tends to move in channels. So now this will be our trend for the day. Switching back to the candles, we see we are pushing down to the lower end of this trend. So we want to find out, okay, we had, and if I compare to yesterday, we are continuing at more or less the same pace, right? So if we were talking about yesterday's trend, this was the channel, more or less, right? So we moved inside this channel, kind of broke out of it, found a new level. This level corresponds more or less to this previous pocket here where we found buyers again and continued to push higher. We accelerated. So when I talk about the speed of price, we accelerated, tried to break out of there, found some selling here, and we're pulling back. So now we want to find out, okay, can we hold these levels? We're right above VWAP. We're right above a previous level of a low volume node around 30,176. So that would be a little bit lower. So right now we want to find out, okay, can we hold this area right here? Can we hold this trend, right? Are we going to do like yesterday where we wicked down? Maybe we find some buyers here and push higher, or will this be a level where we are able to short from? So we would wick down, retest these prior levels or maybe this previous pocket and continue to the downside. So that would be the bearish thesis. Of course, as usual, we have a bearish case, a bullish case, and a neutral case. So the bearish case will be, and let me zoom into a 5-minute so we look at it better. So now I'm seeing Asriel Kid Gaming saying we could go down to 43.87. All right, that's the ES. I'm going to look at the ES in a few. Right now, I'm checking out the NASDAQ. That's the asset I prefer to trade. But what we're seeing is, okay, can we hold this level? Can we hold the trend, right? There is kind of a no man's land here. So like I said, short setup would be we break the trend, we retest the lower end of the trend or the mid-range more or less. which would correspond to this previous pocket of resistance and would align right with this this support level. We know support becomes resistance, and then we would push back to probably this level. Now, if we continue, we could continue even further and go test the prior point of control around that $30,000 level. So that's the bearish case. Now, the bullish case would be, okay, at the open, we find buyers fast or maybe sooner. We wick down and then we possibly go and straight up do a V-shaped recovery, pull back and continue and oscillate to go test these higher levels. Now, once we get to these higher levels, we sold off here pretty quickly earlier. So we want to find out, okay, can we hold here? Can we pull back above the trend and then continue to push higher to go form a newer, higher trend, right? Or will we just go back down, test those lower levels again, like we did yesterday, because we tested higher, pushed all the way back down to VWAP, and then continued to push higher. So that would be the bullish case. And then the neutral case would be, well, we're unable to push further to the upside, and sellers are unable to push it to the downside, and we have kind of a fight where we stay kind of inside this range. So that would mean we maybe push to the upside, go find buyers here at levels of liquidity, push back to the upside, and then may go retest the middle of the range, test here, find sellers again, go back down, retest lower levels, go test this level again until maybe tomorrow or a day after we finally find direction. So keep that in mind. Remember that we can definitely move in various directions. So let's look at the comments. Let me see what you guys are saying. Some people are saying we can hold. We will definitely wait and see what the price does. We'll look for a good entry. Hopefully I won't hesitate as much as I did yesterday. Just looking at some quick notes right now. All right. Daniel saying micro NASDAQ. Yes, indeed. If the trend line breaks, we'll wait for the retest. Yes, we will definitely wait for the retest. No setup for the price action trader. All right. Flow with the trend. Okay. It's Donald saying you'll still look for buys. All right. I mean, hey, we're each entitled to our opinion, depending on how you trade. I'm just giving my perspective here. If you feel this is a long for you, then you are welcome to take your entry. If you feel this is a short setup for you, you're welcome to take that entry as well. So we'll just see what happens. I'm getting a little glitch here on Black Arrow where my drawings keep repeating themselves for some reason. Why is this deleted? Let's delete this, and then let's put the circle back. So this is, again, like yesterday, a key area for me, an area of interest. Let me get my trend line back. Little glitch here. All right. So let's see what happens there. Now we're going to switch over to the ES, and we're going to see, I see Gamesh Kale asking, is QQQ available in futures? Well, the equivalent of the QQQs is the MNQ or the NQ, the NASDAQ, and that's what would be available on the futures side. The QQQ is the equity version of the NASDAQ, and it won't be available to trade on the future side, but you can trade the exact same instrument, which would be the NQ. As a matter of fact, I could make a side-by-side comparison for you. Let me switch over to TradingView. By the way, guys, the announcement today is we just made our programs better. We've reduced prices. You can pass in one day, and you could hold overnight and do news trading. I've done news trading live where I've taken trades right before the news or during the news. So that's totally possible. Not recommended to do with large size. And if you're not very experienced, don't recommend it either. But we have our swing program one of the rare prop firms that allows you to hold futures overnight, right? So if you're a swing trader, that'll work for you. We have relaxed drawdown, so 4%, 40% consistency rule, and then now lower prices. So 39, it was $50, now it's $39 for the 50K and only $79. I mean, $39 for the 25K and $70 for the 50K. So sign up, guys, get your eval and pass that challenge. Let's switch over. I'm going to show you really quickly what I was talking about when I was talking about the QQQ and the NQ. So if I pull up the NQ right here, I put it on a, let's say, a 5-minute chart. And then side by side right here, I pull up the QQQ, right? We can see, and let me get my volume profile out of there. 5-minute chart as well for the QQQ. If I zoom in, reset, you can see that it's the exact same chart, right? The QQQ is down here, 5-minute chart, NQ is here. So if you're trading futures, what you want to trade is the NQ or the MNQ, right? If you're trading the SPX 500 or the SPY, well, it would be the ES. If we look at the ES up there, and then if you trade the SPY, you can see it's basically the same asset. So keep that in mind if you are switching over to futures. Why? Well, futures have volume data that can be seen equally everywhere. So you're not going to get those weird spreads that you might get sometimes with the CFDs, even though the 5ers has the best spreads in the game. The other advantage with futures is that you get crazy leverage, right? So of course your losses can accelerate, but your profits can accelerate very fast. So I really love the leverage with futures. And back in the day when I used to trade equities and I wanted to short, sometimes I couldn't locate shorts. Now we have our sister company Trade the Pool that allows you to short without finding locates. But the great advantage with futures is that you don't need to find these. You could just short. So that's great. All right, let's switch back to the assets. Now we've looked at the NASDAQ. I already have my levels. Definitely want to see if I can find some buys if we're able to hold here. I'll switch over to a 1-minute chart and then keep this as a 5-minute on the side. And then the great thing about the platform is we can have the news here integrated. And no major news today. We had some durable goods come out at 8:30 Eastern, personal income. Durable goods came out at 3.4 versus 3.5. And then we had the core PCE, which is probably the most important news come out today. And it came out as expected. So 0.3 compared to 0.3 compared to 0.3. So really, on my end, this is kind of a nothing burger. Not really moving the needle too much, in my opinion. Of course, it was around 8:30, so the sell-off started right after the news came out. But I think what's really moving the markets is what's going on internationally, and then the way the dollar and oil has been moving. So we'll take a look at that in a few. Let's see what the comments are saying. Do I trade currency futures? I do not trade currency futures, but you could totally trade them with the 5ers. So for example, you can go look at the futures and then, let's look at them there. You put futures, and then for example, you can put the 6E, which would be Euro USD, right? If you want to look for what pops to mind, give me 1 second, guys, fixing something up there. Yeah, you can look at all the currency futures. You have the 6B, 6C, which is the Canadian one, the 6E, which is the Euro. Let's put them there. 6 futures. There they are. All right. The euro, the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, British pound, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, etc. All these are available to trade, but I don't trade currencies, unfortunately. I'll look into that eventually. I'm more and more getting into more rare futures. So I took a natural gas trade the other day, looking at corn futures more and more. So we'll do that very soon. Great session for you. Good, good, good. Happy to see that. We got Brazil in the house. How you doing, Andre? Pretty good new plan. And then let's see, it's Donald is there. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Oh yeah, I was confusing yesterday's news with today's news. Sorry, I had it on tomorrow. Yeah, nothing considerable. Sorry guys, I had it on Thursday, but today's Wednesday. I guess I'm going forward. But yeah, nothing. No wonder things are like they are right now. How's the charting with Black Arrow? Is it seamless? Yeah, it's the charting's great. It's pretty similar to TradingView. I mean, the tools, where the tools are and everything. So I use it consistency live, and I do both. I do Black Arrow and TradingView just because I'm used to TradingView. So all good there. Daniel just listed a bunch of futures for you, so you can look at them in the chat. And of course, if you get an account in your hub, you will find a list of all the available futures here. We're very close to the open. I'm going to switch over, look at the ES really quickly. My yesterday's levels are still there. Remember, we have a gap to fill. So this level down here is where we gap from. It's a pretty large gap from here to here. So this is going to be an interesting area. I don't know if this is going to act as a magnet, but we definitely want to determine whether or not we're going to go to this side. Now, let me switch over. Let me put my volume profile on the ES and see where we stand in terms of liquidity, so we can find some levels for the ES. Give me just 1 second, guys. Now, we did retest prior levels here, right? This is where we found resistance. When was it? On the 25th. So this has acted as resistance again. Now, the interesting thing, and why I like to look at various indices while I'm trading, is that sometimes one will let you know what's going on, right? And the ES has been weaker than tech overall. Let's see. A lot of questions coming in. Satya saying Black Arrow is a little bit complicated. I don't think it's complicated at all. I mean, you open the platform. Let me just give you a quick tutorial, and I guess I'll have to do the charting live while we sign in. But you have your menu here, right? You have your tools that you can select here. You have your charts, so you can click here, open another chart. Once the chart is open, you can open it there, and then you have your ordering window, right? Or you can press shift and have brackets already set up. So for example, I have my brackets. I have a 1-to-1 bracket here if I want to take a 1-to-1 trade. So I already know, okay, here's my stop. Here's my entry. Here's my stop. So let's say I put a buy stop right here. I know my stop is here. I can move it. I know my take profit is here. I can move it. I can add to the quantity. So as I add, for example, here, my dollar risk stays the same, but the distance varies based on what I'm doing. And then if I press Alt, then I'm shorting. So I think it's very, very interesting. Then if you click here on the chart, you could put a buy limit order. Overall, I think it's a pretty good platform. And then you have the news integrated there. You have your drawing tools here, which we're going to use. So in my opinion, it's a pretty easy platform to use. Now, this is an interesting area for me. If we're looking at the 1-minute chart, we're capturing liquidity here. So are we going to be able to push to the upside here? Something to wait for the open and see. Do you need Black Arrow to place your futures orders? Yes, you will need Black Arrow if you want to trade futures with the 5ers. That's the platform we use. So you'll have to download this. You've seen a trading tournament going on. Is it available? We don't have a tournament coming for futures. We did have a 1-versus-1 the other day where you could register and trade against me, 1-versus-1. So we'll probably have more of those coming soon. But no worries, no worries. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I try to do my best. Our program's good for day traders. Yes, indeed. Our programs are good for day traders and swing traders alike. We literally have a program called, let me put it up here for you. It's called Day Trade Program. It is for day traders. So, and then we have another one called Swing. It's for swing traders. And you can use the Swing program to day trade as well. So I personally do more day trading than swing trading. So you can definitely use that. Now, if you clicked on the link, you'll get something like this where you can enter your name, enter your email address, and you'll be able to enter the giveaway. So make sure you do that before 10 o'clock where we're going to have the giveaway. So do not miss out. Can you take trades on MT5? No, MT5 is for CFDs. So you can't trade futures with MT5. Is there any tutorial video? Yes, once you sign up for an account, you're going to get a link and you can go on YouTube, look for Black Arrow. You'll get that. We also have a link and we'll post the link in the chat for Black Arrow tutorials. Also, when you get an account with us with Black Arrow, you get a demo account. So it's going to have a red sign. So this is white, but it's going to have a red icon next to it. And you'll be able to test out the sim before you actually take your eval. You love 5ers. Nice, nice, nice. Is there a trade copier? There is a trade copier made by Black Arrow that is available. Not a single gift. Sign up, sign up. All right, overnight. All right. Okay, guys, so we're still settling off. I want to analyze these charts really quick. We're about to open in 3 minutes. So I like to get my levels beforehand, but we didn't have. So we're gonna just go back to a hourly chart. There's kind of a weird area here. So let me put this on a 15. Okay, so the trend here on the ES is this, and we're breaking down from the trend, right? So this is telling me that maybe short setups might be the better play today. We'll see. We will find out. Let's go back into the chart. So interesting levels we have are here, which we're already hitting, right? And then we have this area down here. So we want to find out, okay, are we going to, as usual, we have the bull case, the bear case, and the neutral case. So let's do the bullish case. The bullish case is right at the open. We're able to wick lower and find buyers. We're able to push higher, do somewhat of a V-shaped recovery, return back to trend, go test those higher levels, pull back, and continue to the upside. Will we get that? I don't know. Time will tell. Once we open, we'll find out if we get that, right? Satya saying, I'm trying to figure out Black Arrow by doing trades on the demo account. It should have a demo account. I'll double check, but it should have an account on. Let me just switch over to. I'll do that in a few, but it should have an account where this is in red, where you can do demo trades, right? And then as a default for that, what I recommend is test out your trades on the ES with very, very small size. So just one contract. This way you can, do your test and keep your losses very small. All right, so we've just opened. Let's see how we're going to react to these levels. I'm I'm going to put these in blue just so I'm not confused. Too many lines on the chart. So we want to find out what we're going to do. So we had the bullish case. Now the bearish case would be, well, we still push up to the upside. We retest the lower end of that range. And really bearish would be we can't even get past this level. We stay below under VWAP and then we push lower, right? And I haven't looked at where my where the point of control is on the ES. Let's see, 75.46. All right, 75.46 would be right here. So I'm going to add a line right there. And we'll make it gray just so it's not too distracting. So point of control right now is 75.46. So we're below the point of control. Let's see what we can do. NQ is finding buyers right above the point of control. So we'll see what we do there. How do I do contract size calculation? Okay, I'll show you very easily. What I do is, let's say I want to take a trade there and then I want to risk this level right here, right? Let's say I want to risk this level. Well, what I'll do is I have my brackets already set up. I have competition, 1-to-1, small risk, and 2-to-1. So 1-to-1 says I want to risk $100 and gain $100. And then I'll press shift on my keyboard and you see how my $100 risk is all the way. Let me put a buy stop right there. My $100 risk is all the way there, and that's with one contract. So I'm like, okay, I could risk more than that. One second. 1-to-1. All right. So my $100 risk is way down there. If I add a contract, then it goes up to here. So now I know, okay, if I'm risking $100, this is where my stop needs to be. That's how I can do it visually. Now I know in my head that for the ES, I'm risking, the MES, I'm risking $5 per point. So every time it moves 1 point, I lose or gain $5, right? And we have great links where you can find out how much each contract is worth, but just visually with the screen, with Black Arrow, that's how I'm able to calculate my risk. So shift and then hover here, you can see your dollar risk. And then if you do alt, then it'll be for your shorts. So your stop is up there and your take profit is down there. And this is a 1-to-1. I have a 2-to-1. So I could do shift, risking 2 to make 5. So more or less, I'm going to leave the 1-to-1 because that's the one I use the most. And then I modify my positions based on that. So that's how Sumen trades. That's how I do my my calculations. It's Donald saying NASDAQ. Let's look at the NASDAQ. All right, we are getting to that level. We are above the point of control. We're seeing buyers kind of step in the same way as yesterday. Man, why are my lines doubling? There's a little glitch going on. Let's put this on a 15. All right, so what I'm trying to find out is, okay, can we get an increase in volume here and push higher? This way we'll do a quick scalp. My pleasure, Sumen Trades. Make sure you enter the giveaway to win. And guys, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. It helps us a lot. We do this for you. All right, so I'm zooming in, looking at the 1-hour chart. And you see right here, we have an interesting level right around 3102. 3102 is exactly our point of control, which is right here. So they're kind of buying above the point of control. So I want to find out, okay, what is going on? Are we going to be able to push higher? And maybe I'll take my first trade there for a try at a push to the upside. We'll see what we get. Remember to always look left when you're trading. I think there might be liquidity sitting down there. There's also a level from yesterday, which would be 30.29. So 30.29 is another area of interest, which is, where is it? 30.29, right around here. So let's see. Buyers starting to step in. Can we get the strength to push higher? We'll see. So for contract sizes, you see basically on the NASDAQ, it's $2 a point, but there's a wider range, right? So my risk there would be tighter. I haven't looked at gold yet, haven't looked at oil, but we're going to do that in a bit. We're definitely pushing lower. All right, we're getting to that 3102, that where the point of control was earlier. Let's see what we get. We're definitely getting a lot of selling. We're seeing the volume increase right now, which is kind of what I want to see. We want to make it, have it probably wick down. And we'll see if we can catch a move to the upside like it did yesterday. Now, if it can't do that, then we'll wait for the first for the first 15 minutes to develop, and then we'll take our trade. So we're 5 minutes in right now, but sustained selling so far. We're right at that previous resistance level. So let's see. I want to buy a little bit further up, maybe here, if we're trying for a long. So we'll see. Yes, Ernst 1002. I start my volume profile at Asia at 6 o'clock. I could just put it up for you right here. So when I put my volume profile, it starts right there at 1800 hours at Asia. So that's what I'm looking at. On the ES, you can see we're below, and then on the this is a Qs. Let me switch to the NASDAQ. On the NQ, we are below as well, right? So right now, as we're selling off, we're looking at this area of liquidity right there. Right there, right? This low volume node. So I want to see, okay, do we wick down to here and push higher or not? If we don't push higher there, then the shorts are more likely. We'll see. We want to see, can we get a recovery or not? Why? Because short-wise, I can't short here. This is not good risk-reward. Which time zone? Right now it is, yeah, like Daniel said, 9:30 Eastern. I'm on the Eastern time zone. I don't know if you could see it, but right there it shows you what time it is. 9:38 a.m. for me on the open. I'm on New York time. MGC, yes, we're gonna look at gold just in a sec. So gold kind of behaving like the indices. I just don't want to miss this trade on the NQ right now. If it does set up, just giving it a little bit more time. Kind of seeing that wicking action starting to happen. Let me see something really quickly. So on the left side here, I'm looking at a tick chart. Not yet seeing the buying that I want to see. Once I see it, we'll get into the trade and try. We did see some increased volume here. How much of a range is this? Let's see. About 145 points, which is constructive. Interesting. All right, seeing that increase in volume. We'll give it one more candle. The gold trader. Ganesh saying, what is my country? I'm in the US right now. I'm on the East Coast in the US. All right, since this is not moving too much yet, let's just switch over. Let's look at gold. Zooming out on the daily chart. Man, gold is pushing lower. We have a very interesting area of liquidity here, and I know Daniel is short, so good on you, Daniel, if you're holding these shorts still. Let me switch over to TradingView just so we can look at gold, GC. Actually, I want to put it here, and then I'll open this. We'll take the volume profile out. We are at an area of liquidity, at least on today. So I want to keep a look on the NASDAQ here. All right. Gold is just going down. So Daniel, you're printing money. Good on you, man. Good on you. All right. So let's zoom out, look at it a little bit longer term, and then we'll go more short term. So if we look at if we zoom out all the way to a weekly chart, whoop, sorry, you can see that I have gold. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have gold pushing lower, and I have two areas of interest. We broke this level, which was a weekly close. Two level of interest for me are around this 42. Let's call it 4,200 to 4,100 area. I mean, if we're really going to sell off, we could go and test this area, and then maybe further down. We're talking many weeks. We have this previous area where we broke out from. Of course, a lot can happen in between because this is a weekly chart. Now, going into the dailies, let's go into the dailies. We are continuing to push lower, right? We tried to push higher here, pulled back, and we thought this was probably going to be the breakout that was going to go and retest that $5,000 area, but that did not happen. What happened was, well, we pushed lower, right? And you see this wick right there, that there's a ton of liquidity sitting here. So I think this whole area is going to be decisive. So we'll call it from, 4,400 all the way down to 4,100 is going to be decisive. If we can't reconquer this decisively, then we're pushing lower. We're pushing to, 3,800 easily. Now, this is a daily chart, not necessarily going to happen today, but over a period of multiple days, because we know when gold wants to trend, it really trends, right? Now, continuing further, because gold is the safe haven, but the risk appetite has so far switched to equities, right? We're not seeing gold behave like the safe haven it has, at least for the past few days, right? Starting around March 26th. Let's zoom in even more on the hourlies right now. We're definitely continuing to push lower. Yesterday, we were looking at this kind of barcoding action here, and I remember saying, well, we are barcoding, so what we would expect is a fast push higher here, just like we did the prior days. So we had consolidation and then exploded to the upside. Same thing here, consolidation, exploded to the upside. And if we could not get this fast move to the upside, well, obviously, next wave was down. We lost all these levels around here and we pushed lower, right? Now we're continuing to the downside. And man, I think we've lost the NQ, we've lost the opportunity. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't get that retest. So I'm going to give the NQ some time to see. Maybe we'll do a counter trend trade, but we will see what we can get over there. Now, moving to the 15-minute on gold. Intraday, I don't know if you want to fight this trend, right? Let's see. Since the call yesterday, Madagascar in the house. Nice. You caught gold. Nice. Clean structure. Good morning. Story drop. Yeah, so intraday, I don't know if you want to be fighting the trend on gold, honestly. Maybe you'll get some dead cat bounces for, maybe you'll get some little dead cat bounces like this where you kind of push to the upside. But it's going to be tricky on gold to fight the trend. Overall, the trend is down, all right? And there's a reason why it's called the trend is your friend. So you already had the retest. So we have this level right here. We already had the retest of this 45.54, right? We had this retest here. So your best hope if you want to get short is, okay, if we get somewhat of a retest of this lower level here, or maybe here, let's call it 4400, 4430, we got a retest here. If you see that curl continue down or some wicking action there, maybe you find your short entry and continue to the downside. Now, be careful of gold, because gold will tend to move, hit stops, test higher, push lower, retest higher before it continues and moves lower. So just be careful, have a wide stop, be generous before you take your entry. All right, let's switch back over to the equities side. Let's see if we can get some kind of entry. All right, we're seeing a little bit of buying here right at this support level. Can we hold? Can we hold? Can we hold? Massive selling pressure on the NASDAQ. Yeah, so Tobago's saying he's out. All right, I totally respect that. I missed the short. The short was probably around here. We didn't get the short. We didn't get that retest of the trend like I was hoping for. So massive selling pressure on the NASDAQ. So unfortunately, we were not able to capture that move. Let's see, 15-minute range. Man, the 15-minute range is huge. 200-point range there. So what we're targeting, I think, on the NQ is this. So we had a gap here. So it feels like we're targeting these prior levels. It feels like we want to go and fill the gap. Maybe not necessarily today, even though it might happen today. Let's measure to see how far that is from the high. That's about 746 points. Man, I've seen 1,000-point days on the NQ. So filling that gap is totally possible. Totally possible. Right now, we're just pushing lower, selling pressure. Didn't get a great entry. Are we going to take a trade live? I want to take a trade live, but I don't want to take a random trade. We're selling off a lot. Maybe I'll have to find a trade on the ES. ES is probably behaving better. So if I can't find a trade on the NQ, I'll take it on the ES. And honestly, I just want to take a quick scalp, a counter trend trade. So we'll see. Not yet a futures trader. Really interested? Hey, dive in. Futures or CFDs, which one is better? I mean, it depends on you. I think it might be easier to manage your risk on CFDs, but the leverage on futures is insane, and you can make really big profits really fast. So it's going to be your call. I can't say one is better than the other. It really depends on your flavor, right? It's like saying which sport is better. It really depends on you. Is it safe to short gold now? Well, that depends on you. What is your time frame? Is your time frame a day? All right, we're seeing some buying action here. I kind of want to try and take a counter trend trade. This is going to be a really quick one, a really short one. So we've accelerated here to the downside. I'm going to do a 2-to-1 risk reward on this one. Let me see something really quickly. Not yet convincing to take that counter trend trade. So the idea is we want to get short the NASDAQ, but I don't want to just get short to get short. We want to try and find, all right, we're in. Let's see if we can get a quick move up. Not 100% sure that this one will work, but I saw a little bit of a volume increase, buyers stepping in. So maybe we get a quick move to retest those levels here. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But we're in. Ticks. You could switch so you can see how many points you're in or out. Not going to hold this one for too long. I'm fighting the trend here. And it's about to be 10 o'clock. So if this doesn't move up and doesn't move fast, I'll be out right before 10 o'clock. And on top of that, what's coming at 10 o'clock is the giveaway. So I don't want to be fighting the price action too much before that. We're just going to let this move for a few candles, capture some quick profits here, and we'll be out. Minimum time you have, it really depends on you. I mean, you can hold for a few seconds. You can hold for minutes, hours, days if you're swing trading. So this is looking good. We're seeing the volume move here. I don't trust this really well, so I'm going to manage this really tight. I'm just going to, how do you call that? I'm going to move up my stop to break even as soon as we go and reconquer these levels. Because if I'm going to take a loss, it's going to be really, really small loss. We are doing something dangerous. We're trading counter trend. So far, we're in the profit. Let's see if we can get follow through with a couple more candles here. So if you look at the 5-minute chart, I'm risking right below this wick, right? Because we want this action to happen and we want it to happen fast. If it doesn't happen fast, it's not valid. And the shorts, basically the shorts are waiting to re-enter. And all I'm doing right now is trying to catch somewhat of an up move and then wait to see where I could possibly get a short entry. So where this stops moving up, this tells us, okay, this is where you need to get short. And it's going to be 10 o'clock. I don't want to fight too much. We're in a profit here. Let's see. We're about half an hour. 100 points would be 100 points is exactly at where the what's it called? Where the point of control was. So I'm just looking to capture 100 points on this, risking 20 points. So let's see if it works. And if it does, then awesome. So as I like to say, let's add some green arrows. Let's add some green arrows. Push this up, push this up. Come on, blow on it. Let's go, blow on it. Let's see if we get it. All right, at this point, we can just go, how do you call that? We could go break even, because at this point, since we're pushing up, it doesn't make sense to lose on this trade anymore. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll just pay for the commissions. This way, it's a profitable trade. We didn't make much money, but it's a scratch trade. I just want to see, can we capture 100 points? $2 a point, $2 a point on the MNQ, that's about 200 bucks. So quick, it would be a quick 200 bucks if it does work. I'm putting some green arrows. Come on, let's add the green arrows. Add the green arrows. Let's see if we can push up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So right now, this is a totally profitable trade. We just wanted to push up. I see the volume decreasing a little bit. Let me look at my tick chart on the left. Yeah, sellers are trying to get back in. And it's going to be 10 o'clock. Let's see if we can get one last push up. Not very convincing yet. About 52 seconds left on the 5-minute. And man, we're already seeing that selling pressure. They really want to sell all those pops. So we might have to get out early. Yep. Really seeing that selling pressure. Now there's a fair value gap here that they might buy into again. But I'm not going to give up any profit on this one. If it stops me out, it stops me out. It's totally fine. I'm not going to close because it's either going to be a scratch trade where I make just $5 to pay for commissions, or it's going to be the 2R trade that I want to make. And then we'll look for a better trade later on. Let's see if it works. We're definitely seeing a lot of selling pressure. Some volume increase here, but it looks like we're going to get stopped out. We could have gotten out here to take, to have maybe 1 R in profit, but I want to see if I could capture more. If it does work, great. If it doesn't, then we want to really be managing this trade really tightly because we are trading counter trend. If we were not trading counter trend, then I would have allowed this stop. Have you seen me do before? I have white stops and I allow the trade to go against me a little bit. I'll add here and there, but this is not that type of trade. This is a quick in, quick out, make your profit, get in, get out. So let's see if we can get that push up. But man, that is heavy, heavy, heavy short pressure here. We're 5 minutes from 10 o'clock and we're going to get stopped out. All right, we got stopped out. So break-even trend overall, break-even trade overall. It was a scratch trade. If anybody took that trade, totally understandable if you took your profits here. And again, this might totally, find buyers right here and then push to where I wanted it to go. And that's valid. But I'm not going to enter again. Why? Because that would be FOMO. I really now don't want to fight the trend. I want to see where I can get short. But we're going to wait for this to develop a little bit more, wait for 10 o'clock, and then see what happens. Now, you guys know I like the opening range. So we're going to kind of determine our opening range and kind of see where we stand. Just give me 1 second here while I determine something. All right, so we're at the bottom of the opening range. All right, let's find out where our range is. Let's put the box as usual. 930 would be, where is it? 930 is here. Let's just put it on the first 15. Bottom of the range is here. And then where's 945? Buyers are stepping in again, so it's probably going to go to where I thought it was going to go now. 945 is right here. Okay, so this is our opening range. All right. And we are right at the 50% area, right below there. Pretty wide range. We've had what? 217 points. And it was right here. So we're below this level. Which means sellers are in control. Now, possible setups, if you want to be extra cautious, you could start entering the short here and risk the opening range highs, which is what I'm thinking I want to do. Let's look at the ES. Let's see what's going on the ES. But we sold off so fast that I kind of want to let this digest a little bit more. Come on, what is going on? All right, yeah, so we sold off really fast, so I kind of want to let this digest a little bit more, let it show me where it wants to go. So it probably wants to, stay inside this range for a little bit. And then for shorts, I want to see, okay, can we get back to this level and enter a short right there? So we'll see if that can happen. The other possible entry you could have is if that doesn't happen, if we stay and we oscillate below the halfway point of the range and we push lower, you might start scaling in there, risk that prior high, add as we break the range, and we'll probably break lower, retest the range, and move lower. So we'll see if we could, if that happens. But my idea was we could go and test higher. Maybe had too much of a tight, my stop was too tight there. But what I didn't know was, hey, are we curling to just push lower? And I didn't want to risk that. We're fighting the trend. I don't want to be that. And then we might consolidate. So we'll see. But now it's going to be 10 o'clock. Hourlies. Let's look at the hourlies on the right. Yeah, we just started on the hourlies now, so looks like we might push lower. So one might want to scale in there, but I'm gonna wait, gonna give it a little bit more time, and we will see. We will see. We are giving away 525K accounts. So get ready, get ready. We will start in just a minute. Logie Trade saying what to do to join. There is a link in the description that you can click and you'll be able to enter the giveaway there. All right, looking at the NASDAQ. Let's see what happens. Ha, best prop firm is the 5ers. I like that. I like that. I like that. Gadrell saying NAS consolidating for a move up. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. It's almost time. It's almost time for the giveaway. So let's get prepared, guys. Remember to like, remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Amin saying, will it be possible to trade 5 accounts? Yes, that is one of the changes. You can get 5 accounts now. BTC USD saying, do you think gold might recover a bit? Well, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, I think there might be somewhat of a pullback in gold. And actually, the Nasdaq is behaving exactly as we thought it might. So we're gonna wait. I'd prefer not to fight the trend just yet. We'll see. But let me go back to gold. Let's look at gold. Gold recovering, and this area right here is the one that is of interest, where you might possibly want to re-enter short. But of course, you're going to have to wait and see, okay, as we push higher, are we able to get somewhat of a curl back down? So be patient. I mean, you want to see a behavior similar to this one. You got a wick, and then you got a slow move to the downside. So you're talking, this is what, 5 minutes? So 5, 10, 20, that's like 40 minutes of price action. So be patient. You might have to wait an hour for your setup to happen. Of course, that would be for a day trade. So we'll see. We'll see. We're pushing higher. Satya saying we have to give an answer. So when you click the link, you should get a page that looks like, let me show you, like this. And all you have to do is put your name, your email address, and you're good to go. All you have to do is put your name, put your email, and you're good to go here. So no question to answer. I think you entered probably the wrong giveaway. All right, we're still pushing higher on the NQ. Getting into that previous point of control. That was a great second entry, actually. That would have been a great pullback, retest, re-enter there. But I didn't trust this move, so. No, they're not 25K high stakes accounts. They are futures accounts. So 25K futures accounts. This is the 5ers Futures, guys. Let's get excited. Let's get excited. Let's pump up this stage. All right, this little teaser. Don't worry, we're getting ready. Things are cooking in the background. We'll do the giveaway in a few. And then you'll be able to ask all the questions you have regarding the program. Jakey saying I hope you'll win the account as well. I hope you'll win the account as well. We'll see. All right, we're getting into an interesting area right now. You guys know I like to use trend lines, so I'm seeing a little trend here. So now I want to see, okay, are we going to go two areas of interest here, the previous point of control and a little bit above here around VWAP. What are we going to do around this area is what I want to know. Are we going to be able to push up, wick up to this area and then push lower, maybe retest and continue down? This is the real trade I'm interested in. I was going to try to bag a little bit of profits going up there. So we only did a scratch trade here, but the real trade I'm interested in is, can we get there and push lower? Now, again, as I always say, it's always possible that we go and just recover all the way up to the upside. But the bulls, the bears have been pushing so hard that you know, I want to see what happens. Um 5% futures, 50K. No, there'll be 25K accounts. So there you will, that's what you will get. Can you get CFD accounts instead of futures? No, not this time, but we will have new opportunities for CFD traders. So now it's more futures for today. Really great to know you can trade 5 accounts now. Yes, indeed. You could trade 5 accounts now. Can you trade GC on the 5ers Futures? Yes, you could definitely trade gold on the 5ers Futures. That is entirely possible. Entirely possible. I kind of want to start scaling in, honestly, guys. I want to start scaling in right now. I don't want to be too patient. So we're going to start scaling in. I'm going to risk a little bit more on this one. Let me see, actually, let me see something really quickly. Look at my tick chart. All right, we're getting some action. We got a wick down right now. That increase in volume is a little bit concerning. Did we get news? So these quick moves are usually not to be trusted because so if you look, we have a little micro trend here, right? We wick down, it got me into the trade, but now we want to see, okay, as if we do push up, do we continue lower, right? And as we continue lower, I'll try to add to the trade. This is kind of my area of risk right there. So this prior high right here is kind of what I wanted to respect. Let's see if it does that and if we continue lower to the downside. So looking good so far, but we could definitely find buyers here again. So let's see if we're able to push below these levels. The music was good. All right, it was just a little teaser, guys. It was a little teaser. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Don't worry. My strategy is great. I mean, it works sometimes. It's a 50-50. Honestly, my numbers are 50-50. What keeps me alive is the risk to reward. So I try to make at least 2-to-1 on my trades. Can you trade GC? Yes, you could definitely trade GC. All right, we're seeing some buying on this. Let me see on the ES. ES is looking a little bit stronger. So I don't really trust this move. I'm not going to get this. I'm not going to let this go higher than this level, right? So if we'll see on the next 5-minute candle if we get continuation, because this might just be buying and then we have to oscillate higher So this might just be a pullback where we go and we oscillate higher to go test this level. All right. So I just wanted to see, are we going to get follow through here or not? If we don't get follow through, we don't have to hold this for too long. All right. This is looking like I want it to look. So let's see if that happens. Area of concern is right here. The area of concern, we're right at the area of concern. We want to break below here. As we remain above this, this is not confirmed yet, right? And then as we break below, we get to here. The next area of concern is right here because this is where we have liquidity. And this is a possible area where bulls might re-enter and push this higher. So we're just saying, staying focused here. Let's see what we can get. And then once we conquer these levels, then we know, okay, where can we take profits? By the way, how I determine where I can take profits is using the opening range box. Whoa, sorry. So opening range, we'll look to take profits around the mid-range here. So that would be one standard deviation below. And that's where we would look to kind of take our profit. So we'll see if that happens or not. And then the area where we're looking to take profits is right there, around 29,849. This works out great. If it doesn't, then we continue. All right, I hear my doorbell ringing. Somebody's here, somebody's here. I'm gonna add him to the scene.
Open the door.
All right, he's here, he's here, he's here. Look
What's
who's
up,
here.
everybody? How's it going, David? How you doing,
Doing good,
everybody?
doing good. How you doing, Michael?
I'm all right.
All right, we
All
need to make
right.
this. We need to make this extra. We need to make this extra. All right.
Impressive, very impressive.
Nice.
I didn't find my crown, but yeah.
It's fine. It's the head's shiny enough, so we're all good. We're all good. You doing good?
Alrighty. So what we're doing today? The market is dropping like crazy.
Yes, indeed. Market is dropping like crazy. Let's go back. We tried to find a little short here. We're trying to see if we can push lower, but we have an interesting pocket here, so it's totally possible that buyers step back in and we push to the upside. But we're seeing if we can break those lower levels. If
Yeah.
not, then we'll get stopped out and it's totally fine.
I would love to see it break the low of the day and then go to the next level, and from there try to buy the dip
Yeah,
once it will reach that support area.
totally agree. Totally agree. I'm a buy the dip guy like you, so I would like it to, wick down, find some liquidity down there, and then reverse higher. But we don't know if we're going to get that. So we'll see.
We can only trade what we see, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so big day today, right? The idea of this live, besides the live trading, the classic one, we actually have a lot of announcements.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll start with the programs and then go to the trading competition that we prepared to you guys. I hope you already signed. We sent the email. If not, I'll show you the landing page. I'll show you where to register and then go ahead and do that. Get yourself an account. We have actually a limited amount of free accounts or competition accounts. So make sure you sign up before you missed it.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree there.
Okay, so can I share my screen as well?
Yes, you could definitely share your screen whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me. Let's start with this, the competition, because we just in it right now. We've been working around the clock to make it happen. So first of all, yeah, let's bring it in.
1 second. 1 second, guys. All right.
Yes. Alrighty, so
Here we
we're
go.
about a trading competition, and this time, as you can see, we got all of four of our companies, four of our brands, the 5ers CFDs, the trade set go, the broker, futures, of course, and trade a pool. And we combined everything into one big competition, including some prediction stuff. So let's go over it just a little bit right now, and I'm gonna put the link in the. If you can do that, David, or
No problem.
I have access to it. Not sure where. The link. You got the link?
You can text me
Send
here
it.
or on Slack,
Where's
and then I'll add
the?
it.
Okay. Yeah. Here in the comments, I put it. Alrighty. So
All right.
make sure you go to that link and sign up. What we have is, first of all, a trading competition, meaning we have two stages or two phases. The first one, everyone just compete for the highest P&L. The best
Nice.
20 of each brand will go to the second phase, basically the grand finale, where you can win cash prizes and evaluation accounts as well. So make sure you do that. We prepared a lot of cool stuff within this competition. It will start on June 8th all the way to the 19th. Then we also have a World Cup prediction. Obviously, the World Cup is about to start, so we're gonna have an interesting game. We actually built a full app for you guys in order to compete there for the prediction. And we're gonna have also a one-on-one brand battles where you can trade and compete, David, as you did maybe in the last few days.
Yes, indeed, they did.
Alrighty. So all you gotta do is scroll down, sign in, or sign up. Choose your team, so you can go with the brand that you prefer. The 5ers, the futures, trade a pool, trade set go, and then you're good to go. You can create your own account, your own competition account. So if you choose, for example, the 5ers Futures, you will go to the hub, and then you can purchase for free, of course, the trading competition account. Make sure you read the email and the instructions so you will trade properly. And then we have the prediction. It will start whenever the World Cup will start on the 11th. You can already sign up for it. The first trade or the first game will be in Mexico and South Africa.
Nice.
You have a timeline here, so just be prepared for that. And you can also, once you're here, I'm actually logged in, so once you're here, just sign up with your name and email. Make sure you remember that so you can log in again in case you signed up. Then we have the traders battles, meaning you are going to compete those guys, our own traders and analysts of the YouTube channel, the 5ers, the futures, and trade a pool. That will start on June 22nd. And you can also go ahead and visit our Discord, the broker Discord, Trade Set Go. We already got a lot of action going on there, and we're gonna do a lot of giveaways and raffles throughout the competition time. It's gonna be inside the Discord of Trade Set Go, so make sure you do that too. Of course, we got a lot of Q&A or FAQs that you can go ahead and read about it, and we're always happy to help at the 5ers or help at tradeapool.com for more information. So make sure you sign for that. It's going to be an epic one for sure. I'm going to compete that.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's going to be a fun one. Well, guys, you heard it here. You heard it here first. There is the World Cup, but we have our own cup. Get ready to compete against everyone. You can, everybody who's been asking for contests, for giveaways, this is your chance. So yeah, this is going to be awesome. 1v1s are going to be super cool. We did one the other day. I lost one, won the other one. So it's going to be a fun one. And you heard it. Michael's going to be there. You can get to compete against him. So great one there. Great one for everyone.
I'm going for the prizes, of course. First place, no doubt.
Nice, nice, nice,
Give
nice.
me the money.
That's it.
Alrighty.
That's it. That's what we want.
Let's go for the next big thing. You know, we've been talking about it for a while now. I mean, we launched the futures side of the 5ers.
Yes, indeed, we
Yes,
did.
2 or 3 months ago already.
Yep.
And the idea was to test the water, of course, see what we can come up with through your feedbacks, your feedbacks, guys at home, and through the data that we gathered in the last 2 or 3 months. We actually made another conclusion that we can, of course, improve the conditions, the trading conditions for you guys. So first of all, what we did is, and I'm going to share it right here.
All right.
Okay. So what we did is increasing the max loss, the max drawdown, and also the consistency. It was 3% and 4%. Now it's actually 3% and 30%. Now it's actually 4% drawdown and 40 on the consistency. So you can definitely check it out. Besides that, we reduced the prices, so it will be easier for everyone to jump in and at least give it a shot to see how it goes. I know that for those of you who are going live together with David here every day, you can definitely relate to Black Arrow, the trading platform. It's a great platform that you can trade with, see all the market depth, all the information you need, indicators and whatnot. So in that case, now you can take advantage of it. And again, at least give it a shot one time to make sure that you're not missing out. Second thing, we separated, we made a transition between two of the programs that we had, meaning one is going to be directly for day traders. So those of you who want to close the position at the end of the day. And that will be, yeah, exactly, the day trading program, $39 for the 25K, $79 for the 50K. And then only when you pass the evaluation, you add the extra fee to it. And it's, like I said, a 4% drawdown and a 40% on the consistency. And you also have a swing program. That's the first time in history of prop trading that you can hold your trades overnight. That's incredible to me. I mean,
awesome.
As a trader that usually trade NASDAQ, most of my trades, at least these days, are 2 days, 3 days of a trend. So in that case, it's incredible just to hold overnight. We reduced the price for that program too, and also increase the conditions, so it will be easier for you to trade and fit your needs as a trader. Other than that, we are about to launch, and this is the first time I'm actually saying that live. In the next week, we're going to launch a 100K account and a 150K account.
So, nice. This deserves an applause. We're going to get to the six-figure account. And talking about six figures, there's something Michael forgot to touch on, but I'm very excited about, is the scaling possibility of our accounts. You can scale all the way up to $500,000. I repeat, $500,000. That is, one of a kind opportunity that I think we're only offering, where you can take your account from 50K up to 10X. So I think that is a great opportunity for anyone who wants to get a bigger account size, because that's what we want as traders. So
exactly.
Awesome.
And this is also the first time in the prop industry that a company allows to scale the account, not just the contract size, but actually the buying power as well. So it's incredible to see that too.
Exactly. So every 10% in profit, you can scale your account all the way up to 500K. So that is awesome. I think everybody is excited. I see a lot of comments coming through. So I want to see if we get a couple of questions here. So we have Manish saying he's excited. We're excited too. So very good. Somebody saying it was 3% is 4%, so now it is better
Yep.
indeed. Huh. Rod is saying nice, so awesome, amazing. We're getting a lot of positive comments. Let's go. Let's do it. Fivers are the best. So very good, guys. Very good. If you have questions, you can let us know. But a lot of big changes coming through here, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited for them.
Sure.
Um,
And this is just the beginning, David. We always do our best to change and adapt to the trader's need.
of course.
So in that case, after a few more months, when we will get more data and understand clearly how to structure it even better, we can add more value to the traders. And there are already a few stuff that we're working on in the back.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. So you heard it here first. New changes, more contests, more room for you to trade. Only at the Fivers. So I'm excited. I'm excited. This is great for everybody. Like you guys are saying, the best firm ever, and more surprises coming your way. So I couldn't be more excited there.
All righty, let's go with the
Let's go.
giveaway.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
ready,
think
Peter?
everybody's been waiting for the
Yeah,
giveaway.
yeah.
What? Let's see. I just want to see somebody asking when will it be live? Well, it is live. Today is the day. It's
Yeah, go ahead,
everything's
go ahead.
there. 4% new drawdown. So we're good. We're good. Let's get this giveaway going. Give me just
Righty.
1 second. I'm gonna load it up on my screen.
While you're doing that, the market broke the new low.
Oh, so that means I'm printing profits.
Let's go.
Nice. Give me just 1 second, guys, while I load this giveaway. Make sure if you didn't register, rush, do it really quickly.
Yeah, guys, the max accounts are, again, there is a max account for the competition account. So make sure you grab yours as fast as possible. Obviously, we are promoting it on social media and also through our email list. So go to that. And if you want to take advantage of that new programs terms, make sure you go to the futures and you can sign up. For those of you, while you're doing that, David, for those of you watching the NASDAQ, 29,770, that will be a place for me to start looking for buying the dip.
Well, we could take a quick look. Let's,
Just look at 200 points. Yeah, it's not,
yeah.
it's a lot to go, but that will be the area. If you zoom out for a second, David, and
Zoom out.
on a 30, let's say a 30-minute chart, just because we're already here, I gotta talk about the charts, right?
Let's talk about it. We like it. We don't get this opportunity very often, so I like it. Let's get those studies out of the way. First take profits is almost hit.
Nice.
But you said you would be scaling in here.
So at around 29,770, right? So we got 200
770,
points,
okay.
100 and something point.
All right. So I'm gonna
So,
my
yeah.
my second TP where Michael will scale in all the way down there, and we'll find out. We'll find out if we continue to move lower. I'll just manage the risk a little bit. We'll put it right there at the close because
Yeah.
if it's going to continue lower, it should push to the upside. So
Set
not
it
only are we printing profits, but we're doing a giveaway, guys. So awesome, awesome,
go.
awesome. Let's switch over to the drawing. All right, are we ready? Let's go. We're going to start the draw. It is starting. First one of 525K accounts. First winner is Zachy M. So congratulations to Zachy. We can clap. Let's get some claps here.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready for the second one? Let's get the second one going. Shaking, ready, and oh man, Ashfrunisa. I hope I got your name right. But Ashronisa is the second winner. All right, do we keep going? Let's keep going. We're going to get to the third one, and then we'll give a stressful pause to everybody. So let's draw the next winner. All right, we got Aang, who is the fifth one. All right, while I give you guys a little bit of stress, we're going to get back to the market, see what things look like. Are we getting our take profit? Not yet. So we're going to let that consolidate for a little bit. We've seen some increase in volume here, but we think we can get another wick down on the NASDAQ. Let's be patient, and let's go back to literally the drawing board. Ready for the next one, Michael?
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. We have Joao R. All right, that sounds like a Brazilian name. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. And finally, drum roll. We're going to get the last one. All right, we have Navaldi. Navaldi, you won the last 25K account.
All
So,
right.
I'm going to repeat them for you. First winner is Zaki M. You won a 25K account. Ashraf Funisa, sorry if I butchered your name. ANG, Joao R, and Nauval D. So all of you have won a 25K account with the 5ers. So let me scale that up so you guys can see. All the names are there. Make sure you write your name down if you didn't remember, because you just won. Congratulations for all of these winners there.
Yeah, for sure. Congrats. And go grab that account, start trading small, slowly, steady.
Exactly.
This is a great opportunity, you know, to actually pass the evaluation, get funded. So make sure you do it properly. And as I said before, next week, expect to get a 100K account and 150.
Nice.
That's a big number, right, David? I mean,
Huge number. We're talking six figures.
yeah, eight, minimum of eight, maximum of eight mini, right?
Nice, nice, nice. This is awesome, guys. Awesome. Everybody wants to get to that 100K number, so we're getting that next week. Make sure you pay attention to that. And like we just said, I have to feature this and put it huge. We have the Trading World Cup Championship coming very soon, so follow this. We are, guys, you need to understand, we are the only prop firm that allows you to trade stocks, Forex, and futures at the same time. And then we just had to throw in the brokerage. So come on, guys. You're getting the icing on the cake there. So be sure to go sign up, get your accounts, be part of this great community, get into the Discord. We're having a bunch of stuff for you over there as well. And you have a lot of experienced traders here that you can learn from. We're live every day on all the channels. So this is great. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Did you see that, David, the card?
I was about to say, I'm like, who's that guy? Who is that guy over there on the right? Look at him. He looks happy or angry or maybe hangry because he forgot to eat, but he's ready to print some money in battle. Awesome.
It's gonna be amazing for sure, guys.
It'll be fun.
Great competition. Alrighty, that would be my cue, David.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much.
So
We appreciate it. So many great surprises today. That deserves a round of applause. So we're going to get back into these markets, see how our trade is doing. But I think everybody's excited for what's coming. And yeah, thank you so much. Hope to see you soon here for some live trading maybe.
For sure, for sure. Thanks so much, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Take care, Michael.
Bye.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. You heard it here first. All right. Let me show you guys once more who won the giveaway. I'm going to put it on screen for you right now. We have Zaki M that won, Ashraf Unisa, ANG, Joao R, and Nauval that came through. So congratulations to all of you for, this great win. We need to get this. We need to get back into the trading and see how our trade is doing. But congratulations to everyone who won today. Let me take a look at these comments and see what we are getting. Oh man, look at how close this got to our take profit. We weren't looking. Man, this got, well, let's see how close it got. It got to, what is it? 9 points of our TP. That is crazy. We might be reversing, but also we might be retesting that level right here. So I'm going to keep my stop just above here. I'm going to keep it where it was at about 100 points. Just hoping to get another curl down. Unfortunately, yeah, so what we were saying is if we could get that break lower, but again, I talked about the possibility of having liquidity here. But I'm going to wait. We're going to wait patiently in this trade because if this does not recover, that would be an opportunity to add even more to this trade. So we'll see. Let me take some of these comments here. This was a great trade, man. We were more than 100 points in profits. So hopefully we get the move we were hoping for, right? We get that pullback, retest under there, and then curl back down so we could catch these profits here and then catch lower around those 29,770s where Michael said he would be buying. So let's see if we get that. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is we have this clear trend here, right? So this is the upper end of the range, and then we have the lower end of the range, which would be this. And you can see how we are respecting these levels. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. And you can see how we are respecting these levels, right? So as long as we stay below this, as we're retesting, as long as we stay below this, so we have two areas of confluence, the trend here, the horizontal line here, as long as we push lower like that, we are perfectly fine, and we're perfectly fine to possibly even add to the trade there. So we'll see what we get holding here, and we'll see what we get. All right, let's see if we got some questions here. You're welcome. Well, you're welcome, Jill Crace. Remember to like the stream. Remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. We do this for you. More giveaways. Well, there's plenty of giveaways coming. We have the Traders World Cup coming. There's going to be giveaways almost every day. There's going to be battles where you don't need to wait for a giveaway. You can battle against me and win. All right. So it's coming, guys. It's coming next month. Be ready. The Gold Trade saying nothing for you. Be ready to come in and get your prizes next week. Then I'll be one of the best. Congrats to everybody. 5 more on chat. Let's see. Congrats to everybody who won. Jakey saying congrats. It's Donald. Let's go. We got it. Nice. Jackie saying the 5ers is the most reliable, zero spreads, zero hidden rules, and fast payouts. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much for that shout out. Congrats to the winners. All right. So anybody who has questions, please let me know. All right, I have a question here. Tubagu saying, what is end of day mean? EOD. Sorry, guys. EOD means end of day. Does that mean that max loss is 4%? Yes, max loss is 4%. So for example, on a 50K account, your max loss is going to be $2,000, right? And then end of day means at the close of the day, so at midnight, your that's where your trailing stop gets measured. So for example, if you have a 50K account and then you close your 50K account at the end of the trading session at 50K and 1,000, so at $51,000, then instead of $48,000, your stop out moves to 49,000, right? Or if you're taking a swing trade, for example, well, it will be wherever your profit was at midnight. And it looks like we might be getting a reversal on the future side, right? It looks like we might have captured liquidity and then we're going to reverse to the upside. But I'm going to wait and see. We did reconquer levels from yesterday, but I want to wait and see. I don't fully trust this move just yet. I might be wrong, and then we explode to the upside. But I'm going to wait and see what happens. Let's go to a lower time frame. We've definitely seen some buying. We're seeing a little bit of volume coming in. So let's see what we get. I'm kind of mad that I didn't get this TP right there. But hey, it is what it is. We can't, it's hard to manage to trade and be live at the same time. So the market will do what it does. How you doing? JamalTrading.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is looking more and more like a reversal. Did we get a move to the downside? Let me look something here. All right, we had about almost a 500-point move to the downside. So this is looking more and more like a reversal. I'm going to be a little bit patient, but this might just explode up. Hopefully we could respect this level or this level, pull back before moving higher. Let me see. Where's my opening range box? All right, our opening range kind of disappeared. All right, let's see if we get follow through to the downside. Okay, looking good. This is it becomes a trailing drawdown to Bagu. Adrian Harrison, thanks, Dave. No problem. You're welcome. That's why we're here. We want to see follow through to the downside. I like this candle. Hopefully we could keep this momentum going and push to the downside. If not, this was a this was a liquidity grab and we might push higher. So let's see what we get. I'm feeling more and more the desire to flip my position and flip long. Because unlike Michael, I would not buy all the way down there. I would be scaling in earlier just because, and let me show you something. You guys know I like to use the opening range. So if we measure the opening range from 9:45, from 9:30, so right around here, where's 9:30? Right around here, I'll put this box in pink like I usually do. Opening range was here. This is the open. All the way to here, and then 9:45 is right around. We could even do 10 o'clock. Let's do 10 o'clock. Right around here, right? And then this is the 50% area of the range. Let's put this in. Let's put a bigger Let's put this in pink. All right, look at the pink lines. So this pink line is the 50% of the opening range, correct? Let's put it the dotted line. And then we move down. This is one standard deviation lower, right? I had my take profit down somewhere down there. Right here, this would be 50%. So take profit would be around here. A little bit earlier, maybe for 160, 150 points, right? What we did, though, is we didn't push too much lower. We reconquered this level and pushed higher. So I am not 100% convinced yet that the shorts, I'm not 100% sure that the shorts are still in control. Why? Because we didn't oscillate low enough. In my opinion, we should have probably oscillated lower here, retested that level, right? And then pushed lower from here. Because we were able to get back into the opening range box. So we were able to push here, get back into this box. We're right below this level. This is my line in the sand. If we get back above here, so if we get back above this level, this 30,000, let's call it 30,051, I'm getting out of the trade. So I'm not even going to wait for it to stop me out, because I'm definitely wrong if we can't stay below this. All right, Tubagu, take care. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Giveaway's already done. You came too late, Sadar. There are 5 people won the giveaway accounts. I have their names right there. Zaki, Ashrafunisa, ANG, Joao R. Let me zoom in. All of you guys won a 25K account. All right, this is definitely more and more looking like a reversal. So more and more, I want to reverse long. You know what? We're going to reverse long. I'm not going to wait. It's about, well, here's one thing, actually. It's about to be 11 o'clock. Let me look at the 1 hour. All right, we're going to be a little bit more patient. It's going to be 11 o'clock. The time makes sense. So we're going to hold this short. We're going to hold it a little bit longer. But this liquidity here, the way they've bought it aggressively compared to yesterday. Let's see. We didn't see much follow through here. Hopefully we get, just like we got here, we get a little break of this uptrend here. They tried here, it didn't work. So this is the level. This is where we want to see, okay, we're looking at the price action. We want them to break below here. We're seeing a little bit of a double top on the 1 minute. So can we get follow through? That's what we will find out. Hopefully we get the follow through before 11 o'clock. This way at 11 o'clock, hopefully we get a candle that follows and pushes through to the downside. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Make this a little bigger here. So I have my 1 minute on the left, and I'm oscillating between the 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 15. Let's look at a daily chart. All right, we're seeing some sellers step back in, which is good for us. Let's see if we can get follow through to the downside. But buyers are buying. This is a key level here that we had this morning. We just take the studies out. So this area here, this area right here, is the area we want to break through because that's where buyers might step in. Yep. Emails of the winners. I don't have the emails of the winners. I have the names they entered. And I can't give away the personal emails of people, right? That's why you put your name, and whatever name you put is the name that came out. So we have Zaki M, we have Ashraf Unisa J, we have ANG, we have Joao R, and we have Nalval D. Right? So I can't put the emails. All I have is information, at least on my end, is the names. And you should receive an email, by the way. You're going to receive an email with the information. So check your email. You should receive an email that tells you won. So yeah. Is micro scalping allowed on a 25K high stakes account? Well, this is the futures, guys. We don't have the high stakes here. We only have two kinds of accounts. We have the 25K day trade account and the 50K, and we have the swing accounts as well, right? If you're not registered on, well, you used an email to register. So here's the page that you use for the giveaway. You entered your name and your email address. So you're going to receive the update through that information, right? And then for the people asking, these are the programs for the 5ers. We have the swing program and the day trade program. And that is now at a lower price starting at $39. Man, buyers are really pushing this up. I'm being less and less convinced that this is the continuation of the short, and more I want to reverse long. So let's see. We're holding the position. It's kind of a neutral zone right there. And this this is an area where I wanted to add, but we're holding. Let's go to a 5-minute. Oops, sorry. I like the fact that we're seeing some wicks here. And there's a glitch on the platform. There's a little glitch today on the platform. I don't know why my lines keep doubling. When I change time frames. So if we get below that support level, I would want to add to the position. Waiting to see. Oh. Looks like buyers are stepping in. Let us see what we get. As a matter of fact, let me see where we are. We had this little trend going here, right there. So we're holding this exact trend. And this would be the higher level of the trend. So you see we're holding right around here. Now, was this, you guys know about the triangle patterns. This looks like a triangle pattern, right? And the question is, can we go and break above this level? Now, I'm still not 100% convinced, because this could be, we could break above, this could be a fake breakout, and then we push back down, right? So we'll see. But buyers is definitely trying to step in and push this higher. So let's see what we get. About 5 minutes until 11 o'clock. So nice. We're getting what we want. We're getting that push lower. That's what we want to see. So can we get follow through on that and reach our TP levels? All right, we're getting those levels. I'm gonna add here for a possible, and I'll move it down a little bit. Let's see if it adds it for me. And that TP would go somewhere around here. So like I said, I wanted to add below this. And if it doesn't add, it's fine. I already had the amount of contracts I wanted, but that was a good place to add. Caught it a little bit it's too late. And then once we add, then our stops move to that $30,000 level. So these stops are going to go right around here. As a matter of fact, I could do that right now. So our stops are going to move right above these highs, and because that's where we want to see follow through. We've broken the level, we're pushing lower, and we want to continue to the downside. So we'll wait. All right, guys, let me know. Were you able to catch the short? Were you able to print some profits today? How is your day going? Let me know. Again, congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to everyone who was able to participate and win that 25K account. Somebody was asking, how do you access the giveaway accounts? You should get an email. All right, let me just wait, and then we'll wait to see what the next candle does for our ad. I should have put a stop order there, but didn't get it. All right, we're 1 minute from 11 o'clock. You know, we end the stream at 11 o'clock. So let me know, guys, is there anything else you would like me to check out? Is there anything else you want to know in terms of information? We have, like we said, a ton of surprises coming your way. We have our own Traders World Cup, where you will be able to make calls on games, on matches, and make your predictions. You'll be able to go 1-versus-1 against me and all the other traders, part of the 5ers, and trade the pool. And you're going to win a bunch of prizes. We'll have cash prizes. We'll have accounts. We'll do giveaways. Lots of surprises coming your way, guys. So awesome. Very, very awesome. All right, it is 11 o'clock. Let's see, how is that hourly doing? All right, let me just add here. Added lower. All right, let's see if we can get follow through on that. So far, we're about 50, 60 points in profit and moving lower. Well, all right, guys, I'll let you know if I caught this last profit, but so far we are printing green. I wish you a great rest of your day or evening or night, wherever you're watching us from. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. I will see you tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Eastern. So take care, guys. I will see you tomorrow in the markets.